lovely Cancerians. I hope you're well. This is Debs, and this is your reading for December 2025. We are nearly at the end of the year. Unbelievable, but there we go. I hope you're well. Now, Cancer, in meditation, Archangel Michael actually took me to a period of time a couple of months ago when I was looking for a piece of furniture. Stay with me. This is about you, okay? I don't know any Cancerians. I don't have any Cancerian energy in my chart, so this is definitely coming up for me to portray to a group of you. I was actually looking for something very specific for a bathroom. I had something in mind. It was something very particular which would fit in with the decor of the room. But I'd searched and searched and searched, couldn't find anything at all. There were really cheap versions, but they really didn't do it for me. Almost too cheap, right? DIY job. And I kept dreaming of this particular piece. And then I found exactly what I was looking for, but it was 4 times the price. It was incredibly expensive. And I ifed and ammed, and I thought, okay, if I pull my reins in, I could probably just about afford it. I got super excited. I went online. Payment didn't go through. I tried another card. Payment still didn't go through. And I was really, really cross that night. I thought, you know what? That was absolutely perfect. I was in a really bad mood. Next morning, I woke up, went online, carried on searching, and I went to a second-hand furniture website. And after about half an hour, would you believe it, the identical piece of furniture from the same manufacturer was listed on the website at a fraction of the original price. I caught my breath. Oh my goodness. I made payment. It went through, no problems at all, and it was delivered. And I was thrilled. Yes, it wasn't pristine. Yes, it was secondhand. But I'd actually found what I'd originally wanted at a fraction of the price. And I thought to myself, that's why those 2 payments didn't go through. I wasn't supposed to spend that amount of money on one piece of furniture. And I smiled to myself the next day. And for some reason, Cancer, that vision came through for you, for your reading. So there's something here about remembering the reason why you're going to do something, or remembering your limits. I don't know, guys, you could be pulling it out of thin air. You could be selling your house because what you're realizing is it's too big. You don't need a house that size. The whole point is that you are downsizing. But when you start house hunting, you may find the perfect place that ticks all your boxes. The problem is it's the same size as your original house. This is you reining yourself in. I've got to remember my limit. I've got to remember why I'm doing this. Okay? Cancer, you could have gone through a divorce because you've realized you want to be with somebody in particular. You finalize your divorce. And then you think to yourself, oh, well, maybe I should just play the field. Maybe I should just see who else is out there. No, Cancer, the reason why you're going through a divorce is you want to be with somebody in particular. I feel as if the divine is trying to sort of steer you on track. You may be tempted to veer off, but Cancer, keep your original plan in the back of your mind. Remember why you're doing something, okay? Right, without further ado, oh my goodness, 5 minutes in, let's do this. Now, the deck that I'm using is a Spellcasters deck. I haven't used this deck for such a long time. I actually bought it and put it in the back of a drawer and I forgot all about it. So it's an old deck, but it's new to me. Here we go. If you want a private reading, Cancer, if you feel this is going to resonate, my website's down below. You know the rest, guys. All the decks are listed. The link is there to join the channel too. So, Cancer, shall we find out what this is all about? Interesting. I'm now seeing somebody go into an animal shelter and they walk in and they see all of these animals and they're thinking, well, I just came in for a dog. And they're looking at two very big dogs that, okay, the lady's saying they have to be housed together. You may live in a small flat, Cancer, and what you're thinking about is, I wanted a dog, you know, for company, or I wanted to give a dog a good home, or I wanted to do something really lovely for an animal, you know, whatever this is for you. Don't veer off track because it may not be practical. Could you keep two big dogs in a small flat? Probably not. Stick to your original plan. Okay, guys, interesting. So Cancer, this could be anything, all right? This could be anything. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for Cancer? This is December 2025. Stick to the original plan. Don't veer off the path you're walking down. Remember why you're doing something. And if you have to take a step back and sleep on it, just pull back for 24 hours. You may feel differently in the morning, you know. You may think to yourself, oh my God, I was going to adopt two massive dogs. It would have been chaos in my little flat. No, I'm going to adopt one dog and it's got to be small. Cancer. I don't know, guys. Interesting vision. Came through for a reason. Here we go. Yeah, King of Swords. Okay, Cancer, you're reining yourself in. You're reining yourself in. Whatever this is for you guys. Whatever this is for you guys. You're being strict with yourself, Cancer. Now, you could be a masculine. I don't know, guys. Or you could be a feminine sign and you're masculine. Or you could be connected to an air sign. You are telling yourself, no. No, remember the original plan. Remember why I'm doing this. Yeah, you're reining yourself in. Yes. Because Cancer, otherwise you may be in danger of taking on more than you can cope with. This is you trying to care for two massive dogs. Oh my gosh, I've got to create two outdoor kennels in my tiny, tiny garden for these two dogs now. Yeah, there's no way that I'm going to be able to do that. Oh God, it's going to be really expensive. You know, whatever this is, Cancer, you're being strict with yourself. No, 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 because I've got to remember why I'm doing this. I've got to remember my limit, my top budget, or I've got to remember the space that I'm really looking for. Okay. In the past, Cancer, the moon, you felt very emotional about a situation. Very emotional. Now, whether or not this is you thinking, oh, I really don't want to sell my house, but I've got to. Oh, it's very interesting. We've got two dogs there, right? Or whether or not you wanted to adopt a pet, and this is you walking into an animal shelter, eyes brimming, thinking, I just want to adopt all of them, but you can't, right? There's just no way. You don't have the space. You don't have the space. Interesting, two dogs shown on there. After that time, Cancer, 7 of Pentacles. This is you looking for something to nurture. This is you wanting to move forward and expand. This is you wanting to save money, or this is you wanting to do something for a reason. I've got to remember why I'm watering this plant. Yes, I'm watering it because it's a pretty plant, but I want it to develop fruit, right? And if I develop a lot of fruit, I could make money from the fruit. You're remembering why you were thinking of doing something in the immediate past. And you were also looking, Cancer, at past mistakes. In your thoughts now is the Chariot. Yeah, you want to get going. You want to get moving. Your Cancerian energy. But this is a little bit fast. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit almost overexcited. Oh my God, I'm going to adopt a pet. Or, oh my goodness, I'm searching for my perfect home, right? You're being strict with yourself here. You're sort of giving yourself a talking to. In the immediate future, my lovely Cancerians, Tower. All right. In your fears, Death card, yeah. Okay, Cancer, Death card. This is major change and transformation. You are terrified that you might be considering taking on more than you can actually handle. right? I mean, Tower moment of what you're fearing is the Death card. If we look at those meanings, this is you thinking to yourself, you know what, okay, bad idea, backing out, because if I do this, it's going to be a massive upheaval. This is not just veering down a little path because this is what I wanted to achieve. This is you going hell for leather, jumping into a massive situation, right? This is you leaving with those two massive dogs thinking, okay, bad idea. I might even have to move to accommodate the two dogs. Why didn't I just buy a terrier, right? This could be you, Cancer, house hunting. You find a dream place, but what you're thinking about is it's going to take years to actually pull this into some kind of shape. And the reason why I'm moving is I wanted an easier life. I wanted to downsize. This is completely the opposite of what I originally wanted. You're fearing, Cancer, that you may be considering taking on more than you can handle here. Whoever is in the environment, Cancer, is somebody who may be not helping the issue. If you're going house hunting, this is your partner wandering around a massive home. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, look at that amazing garden. Oh my goodness, look at that room. And you're standing there thinking, it is lovely. But the whole point was we needed to downsize. And this is too big, right? But your partner is super excited. This could be you going with a friend to an animal shelter. And this is your friend going nuts over a couple of big dogs, let's just say. And this is you thinking, well, hang on. Yeah, I think it's going to be too much for our little apartment or my little apartment. I was thinking about something really small. And your friend's bouncing up and down saying, oh, no, 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 but they're gorgeous. We have to take them. And they're older dogs. They probably won't be adopted. They're sort of trying to persuade you. Cancer. In your hopes. Yeah, Cancer. 4 of Wands. What you're hoping, guys, is you just move into a place of stability and happiness and peace and calm. You're not overloading yourself. So you have a very simple objective, Cancer. You've got to keep thinking about that. Why am I selling the house? I don't need all this space. You're trying not to go overboard, but you have a best mate here, or you have a partner here, or you have somebody here that you're buying a house with, and they really want you to say yes. They really want you to say yes, Cancer. And the outcome, Cancer, Cancer, I think this is you standing your ground. I think this is you having to be really strong with someone. What you're saying to them is, look, this is how much I can handle, or this is how much we have to spend, or this is how much space we actually need. What you're saying to your person is, whoever they are, I do not want to be in this situation. Thank you very much. No, I don't want to have to manage looking after 2 massive dogs. I don't want to have to be in a huge house and then bitterly regret it because we're supposed to be downsizing. You know? What you're saying to this person is, whoever they are, I do not want to find myself in this situation carrying the 10 of Wands. Okay? Yes, Cancer. You're standing your ground and you're being a bit defensive. But Cancer, this is a very important situation for you, right? If you adopt an animal, it's for life. If this is a big move, you really don't want to have to do this again. Okay, people. Underneath the deck, we have the 2 of Wands. You have 2 choices, Cancer, because you're standing at crossroads. Whatever you're trying to achieve here, you have found 2 options out of 7 options, potentially. 2 options out of 7 options. All right. Now, whoever Cancer is in the environment, trying to persuade you to go for this, their energy, Two of Cups. Oh, Cancer, I absolutely love it. Or I've absolutely fallen in love with these two doggies. Oh my goodness, Cancer. And you're there rolling your eyes thinking, oh my goodness, shouldn't even have looked at this. Ten of Cups. Cancer, we'd be so happy. Oh my God, I could throw amazing parties in this house. I've got a much bigger garden. It's got a beautiful entrance. We could bring all our friends round, right? And Cancer, you're there thinking, oh my goodness, okay, not a good idea. Shouldn't even have walked into the animal shelter. Shouldn't even have looked at this house. You got a problem now, Cancer, because whoever your person is sort of chomping at the bit. As far as they're concerned, that's the house they want, or those are the dogs they want, and they're not going to change their mind. Underneath the deck, my lovely Cancerians, the Four of Pentacles. Cancer, you may be moving because it's too expensive to stay where you are, or you may up until now have been holding back from making this decision. You've been holding back, okay? Yes, wow, Strength card, Leo energy. You've been holding back, Cancer. You didn't want to look at this before. No, a pet is going to be a nightmare. I work all day. I'm not going to be able to take it for a walk during the day. What happens if there's a massive vet bill? I mean, whatever this is for you guys, you've been holding back from doing this. But what you're realizing, Cancer, is you have to shift forward onto a new cycle, or you simply want to. But you have to remain within your limits. Rein in the excitement and possibly sit your person down who is gushing, oh my God, I love this, or I want those animals. Sit them down and say, you know what? You know this isn't practical. You know this isn't what we discussed. Okay. I think we should keep looking. It might be a problem, Cancer, because I think your person's sort of marked this as the one, or they've fallen in love with these two dogs. I don't know why I'm talking about two dogs, but anyway. It's all symbolism, guys. It's all symbolism. You've decided you have to move forward into a new cycle. So, Cancer, let's begin. Archangel Michael, why is Cancer sitting in the energy of the King of Swords and the Ten of Wands? Now, Cancer, you could be with a partner who's an air sign, or this could be you. All right. You're thinking about the past. You're thinking about the past. There's something about a past situation, Cancer, which made you feel a little bit stressed. Yeah, Nine of Wands. There's something about your situation which has caused you to feel very heavy. It could be, Cancer, you're realizing finances aren't good. It could be, Cancer, you're realizing that it may well be that you're living in a large property, but your kids have left home, they've moved on, and you're there with your partner. It could be, Cancer, that times have changed, and it may well be that you've simply got to make a financial decision that's right for you. You don't really want to have to make it, but you are thinking about the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. Whatever this is for you, you are not in a very comfortable cycle. Something has to change. You know something has to change, Cancer. The Eight of Cups, yeah. You need to walk away from what has been a challenging situation. You need to walk away. And with the Nine of Swords, you've been having sleepless nights about this. I really don't want to have to do this. I really don't want to have to do this. It could be, Cancer, you're realizing you signed a rental lease for 3 years. And it may well be that you feel your job's on the line and you're very nervous, right? And you're thinking, okay, I just can't renew the lease on my rental flat. I've got to look for somewhere a lot smaller or in a less expensive area. You're having to somehow leave a situation. You don't want to do it, but if you do, you're going to feel a lot easier somehow. Somehow. You have a limit. You know what you're looking for. Yeah. Judgment. Yeah. You have to make this judgment call, Cancer. You really don't want to, guys. You really don't want to, but you've told yourself the truth. King of Swords, Ten of Wands, can't be in the situation any longer. It may well be, Cancer, Seven of Swords, that somebody made a situation very difficult for you. Somebody sort of forced your hand, or I don't know, this could even be an unscrupulous landlord who whacked up the ground rent and service charge. And this is you thinking, okay, I really can't renew my lease. Whatever this is, Cancer, what you're realizing is because of a situation, and it might have been someone else who caused you issues, you have to move into a brand new cycle. So guys, with the moon in the past, I can't believe we got 2 dogs on that card. But anyway, with the moon in the past, you took a leap of faith and a risk. I think, Cancer, you got so excited about something, you kind of went for it and then thought, oops, probably not the right idea. Probably not the right thing to do. And there was some sort of heartbreak, 3 of Swords. Whatever this was, Cancer, was a challenge. Yeah, 4 of Swords. I think, Cancer, you took a really big step back and you thought, okay, this is a situation. This is kind of what I've got myself into. What do I do now? I think you sort of disconnected from the world, or you decided to take a step back and do a lot of thinking because you took a course of action, or you trusted somebody you shouldn't, and you ended up sitting in the 7 of Pentacles. Now, this can be guilt, remorse, regret. It can simply be, oh my God, I can't believe I trusted that person. This can be you looking back thinking, I should have saved more money, or I should have been more careful financially. Whatever this was in the immediate past, you took stock. And what you thought to yourself was, okay, I need to move into a new cycle, but I need to watch my money. I need to make sure that this new situation works perfectly for me. It's going to be practical, it's going to be workable, and I don't go over my limit, right? So what exactly happened in the immediate past? 8 of Wands. Okay. Cancer, either a message came in and it was a red flag, right? Or you realized something and communicated with someone that your situation had to change, and pretty drastically. What was this all about for my Cancerians? Oh, the Devil. Okay. Now, very simply, guys, you could have been connected to a Capricorn. Okay. But you somehow found yourself in a toxic situation. Looking back at past mistakes. And for some of you, this might have been financial. The Star. Because you wanted some kind of wish come true, Cancer, you took a course of action that was a little bit risky and regretted it. Whatever that was for you. So what you're thinking about now is, I need to get my life back in balance. I need to be in a much more comfortable position financially. I need to be very careful about the next steps that I take going forward. So you are walking away from a cycle, a situation, a relationship even, a property, whatever this is, and you're on the move, Chariot. You're on the move, Cancer, What are you considering here? Justice. Okay. So Cancer, what you're thinking about is, I need to balance out my life. You could be looking at a legal contract. For some of you, you could be thinking about a Libra for others. The 9 of Cups. Okay. Cancer, you want to balance out a situation that was simply overindulgent. This could have been an unequal give and take situation, or you may have spent too much money and then bitterly regretted it. Whatever this was, Cancer, it's left you in a difficult position. Yes, you're sat in the 5 of Cups. Now that can be regret. This could even be you on your own, Cancer, regretting buying a really expensive property and then realizing that potentially you were going to be made redundant. It could even be something like that. You took a risk in the past because in the past you thought things were going smoothly, things were going well. And then this is you putting the brakes on, sort of screeching to a halt. Oh my God, okay. Ooh, yeah, things need to change. What else is on your mind, guys? Okay, 2 of Pentacles. First of all, Cancer, you're the only one that can take charge of this. You're the only one that can actually get the ball rolling. It may well be, Cancer, that this is you even thinking, if I stay in the situation, I'm going to be juggling 2 pentacles. I'm not going to have any money. You could be weighing up the pros and cons of actually leaving a situation, leaving a property, leaving an environment. What you're thinking about is, I've got to do something pretty major. I've got to do it quite quickly. And I've got to be certain about this. I've got to keep myself on track. So Cancer, in the immediate future, I feel as if with the Tower, you're actually going to find a wonderful cycle that you could move into, a new situation. It is exactly what you wanted. But what you're thinking about is Tower moment. I just can't risk doing this. Whoever is in your environment is going mad, is going crazy. Oh my God, this is gorgeous, right? You could be house hunting with your best mate. You could be property searching with your partner. It may not be anything to do with actual property, Cancer, but you're definitely with a Chariot, you're moving. And what you're hoping for is the 4 of Wands. So the problem is, because whoever this is sat in the Knight of Cups is super excited about this, wanting to celebrate, thinking about the parties, right? Telling you, oh my goodness, I love this, I love this. They're not making things easier for you, Cancer. This is you, guys, maybe house hunting with a partner. And this is the first house that you've seen. Your partner thinks, this is it. This is my house. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this house. And what you're thinking about is, well, we've only just started and it's actually not really what we're looking for. We were cajoled by the agent to just have a look at it. It is beautiful, yes, but we're not going to save any money. It's going to take a lot to renovate this. It's not really what I had in mind. This is way over your limit, Cancer. But for some reason, whoever you're house hunting with or whoever you are showing this situation to, they're in love with it. They're just so in love with it. And it's difficult. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the Tower and the Knight of Cups for my Cancerians? Thank you, Michael. Okay, I'm hearing the 10th of January. Guys, you may have to wait, because this is you searching for this new situation, searching for this new cycle. Yeah, you're doing your homework. You may be looking online. I'm hearing the 10th of Jan. Michael's pointing forward. 16th of March is very relevant for some reason. I'm hearing you want this sorted by June. Okay, wow. So this is going to be quite a long process. You want this sorted by June. Okay, wow. All right, Cancer, let's have a look at your energy. Let's have a look at the Tower. You're shocked about something. You're shocked, but you're very happy. I mean, this is good news. This is you with a massive smile on your face. This is you thinking, wow, okay. What are you thinking at this point? Okay, Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. We've got a house in the background. Cancer, this could be your house hunting. I don't know. I mean, it may well be that you walk into a property and think, oh, I love it. I love it. But I'm not getting you actually saying anything, although you've got a big smile on your face, Cancer. It's as if you're taking something in. You're taking it all in. You're not saying very much. But what you're thinking about is, I could manifest this, or we could manifest this. What else are you thinking about? Six of Wands. Oh, I'd love to own that property. Wow, it's beautiful. It would make me feel so good. It would make me feel as if I'd achieved in my life, right? It could be a very prestigious property. What else are you thinking about? Cancer. Four of Cups. What you're thinking about is, having taken yourself off to a little quiet corner, what you're thinking about is, I have to say no. I have to say no. This is you sitting under a beautiful cherry tree in the garden thinking it's gorgeous, but I have to say no. Because this wasn't what I'd planned. This wasn't what I really need. It's overindulgent of me. It's too much. I don't need this. Right? Whatever this is for you, Cancer, what you're realizing is you could be biting off more than you can chew. It wouldn't be helping your situation. It might actually be causing you to feel more burdened. Yes, it's lovely. Yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's prestigious. Yes, it would make you feel good. But it's not practical, is what I keep hearing. It's just not practical. Yeah, you know the truth. Ace of Swords. You know the truth. You're going to have to say no. Whatever this is, you're going to have to say no. Three of Pentacles. Yeah. Because you're trying to either pull together extra money in this new cycle. It could be to meet expenses. It could be just to lower your outgoings. It could be because you want to put money aside to start a pension. It could be you need a car and you can't afford it. You know, whatever this is, you're thinking about your finances. But what you're also thinking about, Cancer, is you seem to be wanting to do this in partnership with this person. Now, the problem is they feel all their Christmases have come at once. They're looking at this as their dream come true. What are they saying to you, my lovely Cancerians? Eight of Pentacles. Cancer, they may be saying to you, look, I know it needs some work, but it could be glorious. And this is you staring at a massive 5-bedroom house with a huge acre garden thinking, yeah, well, I know, but we're supposed to be saving money, not spending money. Eventually, if we take this on, we're going to be penniless. We're not supposed to be moving into a bigger house. We're supposed to be downsizing. I mean, what you're saying to this person is, yeah, I mean, we could do this. We could do the work. We could rip out walls and we could re-landscape the garden and we could put in a new kitchen and a couple of new bathrooms. But the whole point is we need to downsize. Again, Cancer, this may be about moving a property, money, you know? Knight of Swords. Okay, your person may get a little bit tetchy with you. Okay, all right, Cancer. Well, if you really don't like this, then okay. I'm almost getting a sort of petulant stamping their foot, hair flick type moment. Okay, well, I really love it, Cancer, but if you don't think so, okay. I really think it's gorgeous, but if you're saying no, I've got to go with it. Cancer, you could be house hunting with a partner. This could be your female partner, okay? What are they saying to you? They seem to be just a bit moody, Cancer, because what you're saying to them is, look, I know you love the house. I know you see yourself living here. I know it's a beautiful property, but we can't afford it. We are supposed to be downsizing. Supposed to be downsizing. Okay, Emperor. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a very slightly sarcastic energy. All right, well, you're in charge, Cancer. Of course, you have the final say. Okay, can't afford it. All right, okay, Cancer. They're not going to be terribly happy. They're not going to be terribly happy. They may go off in a strop. They may have a little mini strop. Okay, all right, well, I'm just going to go and check out the garden anyway. I'll see you later. They might leave you, Cancer, standing in the middle of the living room thinking, we can't afford this. We're supposed to be, saving money. We're supposed to be moving into somewhere smaller. This will be a massive project, Cancer. The Hermit. Okay, they're going to have a bit of a strop. They may not talk to you for a couple of hours, Cancer. This is them having a mini tantrum. Bless them. Because, Cancer, you're being honest here. You're being honest. What's the energy between you two? What's the energy? The King of Pentacles, yeah. Cancer, I mean, this King of Pentacles can be anyone to do with the land, real estate, okay, realtor, estate agent, can be about property, the land. Cancer, what you're basically saying to this person is we're supposed to be making life easier for ourselves, not more difficult. Yes, it's a beautiful house, but it's going to cost a fortune to renovate, to redecorate. We don't need a massive garden. Cancer, you're trying to explain to this person why you feel you should move on and sort of forget about this. I think they know, Cancer, but they don't want to admit it. You're being very strict with yourself. What you've told yourself is, if I have to do this, if I have to move, if we have to move because we're juggling money, we can't take on too much that's going to cost us a lot to maintain or to renovate or to redecorate. There's no point. We would be missing the point. We'd be back at square one having financial issues, right? I really feel, guys, that I'm connecting potentially with a masculine Cancerian with a partner, or Cancer, this could be you with a business partner wanting to renovate a property to make money. Your business partner's fallen in love with an amazing pile of bricks, I don't know, with a lot of land, and you're looking at them as if they're crazy. It could be a huge project. They're missing the point, Cancer, and you're drilling that home. So what you're hoping for, guys, is the Four of Wands. You want to move into a stable situation. You want to make sure that your finances remain nice and level. You want this to be a smooth transition, and you have a specific goal in mind. But this person, you may have problems with. Now we end the reading, Cancer, with the Seven of Wands. You, I think, are standing your ground. What you're saying to this person is, you got to be kidding me. You're still banging on about that property. You're still talking about that. We can't afford it. It's too big. It's going to take too long to renovate. It's going to cost us too much money. It is not what we should be looking for. What is your person saying, whoever they are? Okay, again, Cancer, in the nicest sense, a bit of a slightly petulant energy. What they're going to say to you is, okay, all right, well, I'll stop talking about it then, the world. All right, well, let's go for something really cheap then. Why don't we just try and find a one-bed flat? They're going to be sarcastic. They're going completely the other way. You're going to have problems with this person, Cancer, because it's not the reaction that you wanted. You may be feeling as if they're acting a little childishly. What you may say to them is, look, we don't have to go for a one-bedroom flat, but we do not want to take on a 5-bedroom house. That is ridiculous. They know it, Cancer. They know it. They know it. They're just annoyed because what they really wanted was the 5-bedroom house. They're now saying to you, okay, well, we'll find something dirt cheap then. I don't care. I don't care. Page of Pentacles, yeah, we'll just get some shack down the street. I mean, they're being sarcastic. They're just being a bit moody with you, Cancer. What are you saying to them? Yeah, I mean, they could be a Taurian. I don't know. And I love my Taurians. Watch the comments, guys. With the energy of the Hierophant, what you are saying to them is, look, we are looking for something very traditional. We have a plan in mind. We know our budget. We know our limit. We have to take this step by step. This might be the first property, Cancer, that you have viewed. It might be. It might be. And you're trying to explain to your person, whether or not they're your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your business colleague, I don't know, that this is just too much. The whole point is you make money out of this, or the whole point is you downsize to release capital. What are you guys going to do? Temperance, yes. Yes, Temperance. I think, Cancer, after your person's calmed down, you might take your person out for a slap-up meal, bottle of wine, whatever this is. They're going to probably say to you, sorry, I know you were right, Cancer. I know we couldn't really afford that property, or I know it would have taken us 3 years to renovate. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I'll wait. So, Cancer, they are going to sort of back down. They are going to back down. What are you saying to them? Yeah, I mean, 6 of Pentacles. What you're saying to them, Cancer, is, look, we don't have to go dirt cheap. We don't have to live in a hovel, but we need to find something in the middle that we can make money from, or we need to find something that's a lot smaller so the running costs will be a lot less, because we need to watch our finances. You're explaining again to this person the whole point of doing this so they remember. All right, what are you going to do next? This feels a bit like an epic, guys. Sorry. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Cancer, your person may say to you, okay, well, why don't we look at that little 2-bedroom cottage down the road then? Why don't we do that? She's not going to be very excited. She's not going to be very excited. I mean, it could be quaint, it could be cute, but it's not the grand 5-bedroom house, right? So, Cancer, I think this is you two looking at something a lot less expensive, a lot smaller, but a lot more manageable. Okay, so what's going to happen when you actually go into this little house? This little house is really cute, right? This is a really cute little cottage. Let's see what's going to happen, guys. The sun. Okay, it could be surprisingly light and bright inside. It may have a little conservatory off the back. It could have a glorious garden. It could have an amazing garden. It could be one of those houses, guys, that you walk into and you think it's nothing from the street side, but you walk in and go, holy moly, this is incredible, you know? You guys may have one of those moments. Okay. What is your person or partner going to say What are they going to say? They love it. They love it, Cancer. It might be a bit of a shock that they love it. What are they going to say to you? What are they going to say? Well, we're going to have to fight off the competition for this one. Yep, this isn't going to stay on the market very long. Okay, Cancer, it's almost as if they're saying to you, we need to act fast. This is a much cheaper property. It may not be as grand on the outside, but this is one of these properties that when you walk in, there's room after room after room. There's a lovely back garden. There might even be a stream at the back. I mean, whatever this is a surprise property. And I think your partner, Cancer, is realizing that not only is this affordable, it's just 5 pentacles, right? It's very affordable, but it ticks all the boxes for this person. I mean, if this is you and a business partner, Cancer, purchasing a property to do up, to flip, right? This is you thinking, you know what, it's a small property. It wouldn't take too long to get it up to scratch. It's in a great location. And wow, there's a massive garden. So a lot of scope to maybe add to the back of the house, which would obviously, of course, make you more money. If it's got a lovely view, that's always something that people look for. You know, if it's atmospheric, what you're thinking about is it ticks all the boxes. And it sounds to me as if your person, whoever they are, is already thinking about putting in an offer. Yeah. What are you going to do, Cancer? What are you going to do here, guys? High Priestess. Cancer, you're not going to say anything to the agent. I mean, the agent probably knows that you're excited because they're in there with you. But I don't think you're going to say anything. I think you're going to sleep on it. I think you're going to sleep on it just to mull over whether or not you should keep looking, whether or not you really feel this is right. Okay, so what are you actually going to do? Are you going to go for this? Yes, you are. And pretty damn quickly, Knight of Wands. This is you and your business partner having a catch-up chat in the pub over a couple of beers. Okay, think we can make money on this. Yeah, think it'd be easy to flip. Lovely location. Wouldn't take us too much money to redo this. We can make it look beautiful. We could add to the back. Yeah, no brainer. Let's go for it. This is you and your partner, your girlfriend, your other half, you know, having a quiet meal in the evening. You might have traveled to see this. You could be staying overnight in a B&B or a hotel. And what you're both realizing is it is perfect. It is affordable. It means your living costs will be a lot less. It could be in a beautiful village or a local town. There could be a lot going on. It has scope to make it yours. But most importantly, Cancer, you might be able to pocket quite a lot because this will be far less than the property that you're living in, right? So guys, I don't know, if you're living in a property worth, pulling it out of thin air, 500 grand, this is 300 grand. You'd have 20, 30 grand for the renovation, and then you'd have a large amount of money to put in a high interest savings account or to put into a pension. You'd feel far more comfortable financially. This is perfect for you, Cancer, you know? And I think, to be honest, you're going to move pretty damn quickly. Yeah, you're going to move pretty damn quickly, Cancer, I think. Ace of Pentacles, yeah. I can hear someone say, when can we move in? When can we move in? Yeah, love it. When can we move in? Okay, Cancer, this is a no-brainer, guys. Beautiful energy. Ace of Cups. Your person loves this. Financially, it makes sense. And with the Ace of Pentacles, you could be already thinking about what you're going to do, how you're going to renovate it, how you're going to redecorate it. When could you sell the property that you're in right now? You know, you could be keen enough to put down a deposit there and then to hold it. You may be. But Cancer, this is you successfully keeping to your limit. So congratulations, guys. I think you're going to find what you've been looking for. Okay. All right. A crazy reading, Cancer. I hope it's hit one or two of you. Let me know down below in the comments. I'm living it there. Take care of you. And of course, I'll be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.